Welcome to my channel, French Pulse. Let's enjoy learning French. Today we're going to learn a future tense, futur antérieur. This is a compound tense. So, let's learn the formation of futur antérieur. The formation of futur antérieur is write out future simple of auxiliary of verb avoir or être plus past participle. But before we proceed, let's see the auxiliary verb, that is avoir and être, in future simple. Avoir is j'aurai, tu auras, il, elle aura, nous aurons, vous aurez, il, elle aura. And être is je serai, tu seras, il, elle sera, nous serons, vous serez, il, elle seront. Now let's learn the formation of futur antérieur. Let's see the formation of futur antérieur in the three forms, that is affirmative, negative and interrogative. So first, in affirmative form, what's my rule? It says subject pronoun, write out the auxiliary verb in future simple plus past participle. So I've taken a verb finir. So look at the conjugation, j'aurai fini, tu auras fini, il, elle aura fini, nous aurons fini, vous aurez fini, il, elle auront fini. Notice the past participle is the same. We are just conjugating the verb avoir in future simple throughout. Now we go on to negative. In the form, in negative, what do we do? Subject pronoun plus ne plus auxiliary verb plus pas plus past participle. So let's look at an example. We take the same example of finir. Je n'aurai pas fini, tu n'auras pas fini, il, elle n'aura pas fini, nous n'aurons pas fini, vous n'aurez pas fini, il, elle n'auront pas fini. You notice the past participle is the same everywhere here also. And we put negative ne before the auxiliary verb and pas after the auxiliary verb. Let's see the formation in interrogative. Let's look how to conjugate in the interrogative form. So, interrogative form, the formation will be auxiliary verb. In this case, it's going to be in future simple plus subject pronoun plus past participle. Remember, this is a compound tense. So, it requires the use of an auxiliary verb. So, let's take the example of finir. Aurais-je fini? Auras-tu fini? Aura-t-il fini? Aura-t-elle fini? Clash of vowel here. So remember, we need to put the T for both il and elle. So here we've seen auxiliary verb plus the subject pronoun plus past participle. Aurons-nous fini? Aurez-vous fini? Auront-ils fini? Auront-elles fini? Now let's look at a verb which takes être as auxiliary verb. Let's learn the conjugation of a verb which takes auxiliary être in futur antérieur as well as one reflexive verb. So here we go. We take venir. So venir takes être in the auxiliary verb. So je serai venu, tu seras venu, il or on sera venu, elle sera venu, you need to add an E. Nous serons venus, you need to add an S. Vous serez venu, you need to add an S. Ils seront venus, add an S. Elles seront venus, add an ES. We learned this in passé composé also. Verbs that take être as auxiliary, there has to be an agreement. Now let's take an example of a reflexive verb. So promener or se lever, se laver, these are reflexive verbs. Now we are going to conjugate se lever to get up. Je me serai levé, tu te seras levé, il en se sera levé, elle se sera levée, nous nous serons levés, vous vous serez levés, ils se seront levés, elles se seront levées. Remember, even in passé composé we had learned all reflexive verbs take être as the auxiliary. And therefore we've got agreement with feminine singular. Nous and vous we use S until and unless in the context it's clearly mentioned it's feminine. Il will also take, il plural will take an S and elle plural will take an ES. Now we have learned the formation of futur antérieur. Now we're going to learn when to use it. Let's see when to use futur antérieur. If there are two or more actions that will take place in the future, the action that will happen first will be futur antérieur and the second action or actions will be in futur simple or l'impératif. So, once we do some examples, you'll understand this better. Now, another thing is there are certain things which are called conjunction of time, conjonction de temps. What are they? These expressions tell us that the following action will take place in sequence. What do we mean by sequence? One after the other and not at the same time. So, what are some of the conjunction of time? Quand, which means when, lorsque means when, dès que, as soon as, aussitôt que, as soon as, après que, after. Let's look at some more uses. D'ici plus long time, dans plus long time, but be careful. Dans plus short time will be futur proche. We'll see some examples. And après, we learned après que plus futur antérieur, but après plus noun will be futur simple. This is an exception. So let's take some examples. D'ici 3 mois, 3 months from now, j'aurai visité mon ami. So, dans 3 mois, j'aurai eu mon bac. Dans 5 minutes, we're giving an example of dans plus short time. Je vais commencer mon travail. So here we've got the usage of futur proche. And après plus noun, après mon dîner, je verrai un film. Now let's look at some examples with the expressions, that is the conjunctions of time. Now let's do some exercises. Mettez au temps convenable. So we have to identify the given tense and the indicator. So il se couchera dès qu'il finit son travail. So dès qu'il is my indicator, as soon as he. Which is the action that has taken place first? First he has to complete his work and then he's going to lie down, right? So these are, dès que is a conjunction of time which tells me, it's an expression which tells me the action is taking place in sequence, that is one after the other. So therefore this is conjugated in futur simple. So we are going to conjugate finir in futur antérieur. Aura fini. The second example, dès que mon oncle rentre du marché, nous verrons un film. So as soon as, this is my indicator. So it tells me that one action we have to check the given tense. Given tense is in futur simple. So this tells me that is a conjunction of time. Two actions will take place in sequence, one after the other. So as soon as my uncle returns from the market, we are going to watch a film. So this is also going to be sera rentrer. Why is it sera rentrer? Because rentrer is a verb that takes être as auxiliary. Now here we've got dans 4 mois, in 4 months. It's telling me this is my indicator which tells me this has to be futur antérieur. Nous aurons fini. We would have finished our project. Elle envoyait le paquet quand elle l'aura acheté. Quand means when, it's my indicator, and when I go and look at the given tense, it's in futur antérieur. So what is the action here? The first action is she has to buy the parcel, the packet, and only then she can send it. So this is going to be in futur simple. And then it's elle. So futur simple, elle enverra le paquet quand elle l'aura acheté. Dash, envoyez-nous un message quand vous serez arrivé chez vous. So in this case, again we've got quand, which is my indicator is quand, which tells me that it's going to be when. So it tells me here, we have to look at the verb here. When we say the given tense, this given tense is in futur antérieur. So, but here I don't have a subject pronoun, so I need to use l'impératif. So, you send us a message when you reach home. Envoyez-nous un message quand vous serez arrivé chez vous. I hope you have understood how to use futur antérieur in various sentences. I hope you've also understood the formation and the uses. Click the link in the description box to do exercises on the same. Like, share and subscribe to my channel. Au revoir et à bientôt.